I guess right now, since we're still here in America, that we still have a such thing called freedom of speech, which is quickly being eroded from each and every last one of us every single day. Jason Ford was up here visiting the house this weekend, and we began to talk about this story about this former LAPD cop. And Jason Ford began to let me in on it. And so I started doing a little bit of independent research here. And what we got is we got a black cop that was a captain in the military, an officer in the military. And then we have a white Caucasian cop. Apparently they was on the beat. And what had happened is that they was doing a routine stop or whatever you want to call it. And all of a sudden this Caucasian cop begins to beat the hell out of a mentally unstable person. So Officer Dorner turns around and reports it to the LAPD about the injustice that was perpetuated against this defenseless citizen on this cop right here. Lesson to be learned. Listen to me very closely. This system does not care if you are a cop or not a cop. One of their own police officers saw an injustice, reported it, and now the whole department is attacking him. And as Gerald Celente said some time ago, because I'm telling you right now that whether people like all this or not, all these stories, all these accounts and everything is taking place right now is because of economic uncertainty and the policies that we have actually adopted here in America by allowing these rich people to actually gangster jack all the citizens and put the bill on all the citizens of the United States of America, which is another story, another time. You want to get informed, go back and look at my videos. The problem is this. You got a police officer that wanted to do the right thing, and he did do the right thing, and they demonized him. I've been listening to the media very carefully. They're capitalizing on what he has done rather than him reporting what was done to him as well as what was done to a citizen unjustly here in this country. And now the word is out on the street that now they're looking to actually kill this former officer with drones. Now, what has happened also is that this officer, he turns around and he goes out on a killing spree and he starts killing people that are available or let's say that are responsible for his termination and has just totally messed up his life. So his revenge is that he starts killing the family members of the officers involved that wrecked his life. Now, this is all the truth that I can give you at this point in time as far as what we know that is out there. I can't believe a word that the media says because they're professional liars. They know how to slant stories to get you, the public, to go over to their side and see what they got to say. But since, I go back to the beginning and I started thinking, what in the world that was going on in this department right here that caused this man to snap? There had to be a bunch of wickedness and injustices. Now, watch this. The same thing that is going on with the bankers today, how they are just, every time that they break a law, the Congress passes a new law to vilify the bankers so that they don't go to jail. And like I said, the best occupation in the world is to be a banker. You're guaranteed a rape, rob, murder, and pillage. The whole United States of America send us on down into the toboggan slide of literal eternal hell. Break the whole country to where you have nothing but the divide of the rich and poor, and you are sanctified in the eyes of the government. And then they turn around and talk about you poor folks out there who don't have a job, and they call you every nasty scum of the earth that there is. So it is with the police department. If you decide to turn against your own, they're going to come out to you with full force. Yes, they are too. Because they don't want you ratting out anybody that's in the system. I keep trying to tell y'all. The government is a system. And that system is against the people. We have the same thing that was going on that was perpetuated in the movie Braveheart when we got Edward Longshanks, i.e. the government. And then all the people that work for him in these different providences. And then we have William Wallace, the people. Somebody that rises up against the government, Edward Longshanks. And then the next thing you know, we got a war on our hands. A bunch of wars on our hands. Anyway, William Wallace gets martyred and it inflames. It sounds like that this police officer, former police officer, as well as getting ready to go down in flames. It sounds like he's a modern day William Wallace. Now, do I agree with anybody killing or perpetuating any injustices on anybody? No, I don't. But I'll tell you what, I can't say that this man is wrong because I don't know all the story. The news media gives us what they want us to know. They present certain information to you. Aren't you not amazed that, now watch this. Anytime a cop does something, we're still investigating. We're still looking at this story. We don't want to be quick to rush to judgment. The jury is still out. But as soon as a citizen's done something, the news repeater report, they did this and they did that. And they're insane and they're chaotically, and they should be locked up into the lowest parts of hell. That's how they do it. That's how they do it. And that's why I keep trying to tell you people, don't listen to these stage playing news medias. Now, historically, I want you to listen to me very closely. Have you people ever read, I know that they've taken it from you, the book called The Apocrypha? Have you ever read this book before? Have you ever read this book? If you have never read this book before, I'd like for all you people to get a good history lesson, and I only want you to read one chapter. First Maccabees, the first chapter. I want you to see what the Greeks did to the Hebrew Israelites in that day. You're going to see that ain't nothing changed. It's no different. That's the reason why. It's amazing that this thing was in the Bible in 1611. It's amazing. But then somewhere along about the 1800s or somewhere along there, somebody got inspired and said, we need to take these books out of the Bible. Wow. Whoever's controlling society is ruling history, and they're giving you the information, not all of it, till you make it for you to make a decision on based on what they give you. People, you better be careful about what's going on. Now, Alex Jones is reporting that they got a report that America is now considering drone attacks on this man right here. Now, do you understand the gravity of that? Do you understand what that means? That means that this country is considering killing an American citizen. An American citizen with drones. That means you next. Anybody who they deem as a threat against the institution, the establishment today, you could be sitting at home one day and a drone could come and blow your house up simply because the government is fearful of you, the people. Now, what we need to do is we need to go back and make right the wrongs that has been done. We don't have to go back too far. I mean, we need to go back way back like to 1492. But I'll tell you what, let's go back to, you remember Waco? Why come Janet Reno is not in solitary confinement somewhere? And what about all these murderers that happened under the watch of Bill Clinton? Why are they all swept up under the rug? And all the stuff that is still going on today. America, the news media is not going to tell you the truth. I can't say that I'm for or against because I know that the news media are professional liars. I know that. And they do everything they can to get public sentiment. And nowadays they don't even care what the public has to say. I'm here to provide an alternative viewpoint. And the reason why I need an alternative viewpoint as well as you is because that Bible is amazing. Because when you start reading these books that was taken out of it and they've deceived you to tell you don't read them, First Maccabees, first chapter, you need to go read it. And then if you get a chance, read the second chapter so you'll know how that these people responded. We're dealing with the same spirit today. I know most of you won't go do it, won't go burn the energy, but maybe you'll start seeing. This man, according to my understanding from everything that I can ascertain, did everything right. Even to the point of when one of the officers did wrong, he did right, and he got tarred and feathered by the very system that he trusted in for doing the right thing. That's the principal thing from the very beginning. Now, all the other stuff after that, what we need to do first, deal with that first before we start dealing with all the other stuff. That's what we need to do first. We need to deal with that first. And we need to see the reason why that these police officers all over this country keep getting away with stuff. Because we're watching the people are starting to retaliate against these unjust laws. I mean, I've been on YouTube lately and been watching how that a police officer would do somebody wrong or slap them or kick them or hit them. And these people are fighting back. Down in Florida, they're killing cops in Florida. Killing cops for being unjust and doing unjust things. And people, hey, back to what Gerald Salente said, Our society's gone crazy. The government just purchased 1.5 billion hollow point rounds for you and I. That's it. No other reason. Where's the war at? You see, they're 3 to 4 years ahead of you and I when it comes to information because of trends. They understand. And let me go ahead and send a shout out to Gerald Celente. Y'all need to listen to that man. He has Trends Journal. Type in Gerald Celente. You can't miss it. You need to go listen to him because this man has been spot on in his trends. I mean, literally spot on. And that's the reason why the news media and everybody else is trying to demonize him too, because he's telling the truth. I really, truly, from this point, don't know what to think, but I will bring you an update because I have to wade through the muck and the mire of all the lies that the propagandized news media keep bringing to you and I. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think anybody should actually be put to death unjustly. Nobody, no matter what. But I'm telling you what laws are going to protect anybody out there when somebody decides to say, I've had enough and I snap? What laws? What laws are going to protect these police officers who are now scared to death, wondering if a sniper bullet or bullet from a sniper is going to pop them through the head and kill them? There's no law that is going to protect anybody on paper from somebody wanting to kill you.